Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak here on the channel. If you missed the opening to Chapter 4, that is uploaded on the channel for you. You can go check that out. It is available for you. I'll probably have a little button up in the corner letting you click on that video if you missed it, or check the description box down below. But let's continue our journey through Trails Through Daybreak. Let's go on to our next side quest that we've got, which is, that's the wrong button. It is Bounty in the Waterworks 2. So we're gonna go fight a monster. Let's go.
Now.
Oh, that's what we gotta fight? Yeah, no big deal. Just really big looking dudes. Let's save right here just in case.
Oh,
wow.
I could do better.
I just initiate the fight and they all disappear. Okay, cool. Guess I'm getting good at this game. I'm pretty sure Law is going to be maxed out by the time I finish this game. One additional free time point was added for completing all of the 4 SPGs. Okay, cool. Let's grab this achievement thingy. Spirit Droplet. Okay. So I think probably what I'll do next, I'm going to go report the stuff.
Confirming your plans.
Then we'll go do all the side stuff as well. So let's go report that, and then we'll start doing the side stuff. Let's see, who do we want to hang out with? So here's the problem, is that we only have 4 SPG, like 4 points. So we're going to have to basically like kind of save scum a little bit. So I think what we might do is I'll save here, we'll check out this grand tour of Edith, and then we'll do these other 4 as like our main actual thing. And who knows, maybe something will come up and we'll be able to do all of them. So let's find out. And then we'll reload and check out the other characters as well. So we're taking a quick break. Nihao Vaughn. Vaughn? Why did I call him Vaughn? Thanks for coming, hee. You're okay with giving me a little tour, right? So first, I was thinking, whoa, pump the brakes a sec. Had a quick question for you, if you don't mind. You picked a weird time to visit Edith. What's the itinerary? I doubt you're here on your own. Yeah, Baba's on a business trip here, so I decided to tag along. Though I do have some business of my own, if I'm being honest. Right, the sketchy business, if I had to guess. Doubt your old man's negotiating bake sales. Well, you're not wrong. He's got a few of our companies together to figure out a plan for you-know-who. Sao came along as well, but he's, well, I'm not sure where he is, actually. Real shame, honestly. This was a wonderful chance for a date. White Orchid Dragon's up to something, huh? I don't like the smell of that. Well, anyway, I still have a while before the meeting, so I figured why not take a walk around? Baba's busy getting everything ready with the attendees, so I have nothing else to do. You know Edith like the back of your hand, don't you? I mean, yeah, but can't Aaron do it? Might as well ask him. I did, but he canceled out of nowhere, the jerk. He didn't even call me. He texted. Can you believe that? Just texted me, something came up. Go ask the old man if he'll do it. He hasn't changed a bit, I swear. That little... Come on, Van, please, for me. It's been so long since I last visited Edith. There's so much to see, so many souvenirs to buy. It'll be a favor Heiyue owes you for. Come on, please. Heiyue really isn't going to care about... Okay, fine, I'll show you around a bit. We'll call it an apology for how that job thing went down. Yay, thanks. Of course, we're going to take her to the luxury boutique place. Hey, so which of these do you think would look good on Sao? You're really thinking about him instead? Thought this tour was for you. Oh, don't be such a killjoy. Sao and I are in Edith together for the very first time. This is the perfect chance to deepen our bond. Should I pick out a matching piece for myself now that I think about it? I think that's a good idea. You can just hear him now. Ah, we match. I see. And then he'll get all flustered and Lady, your mind works in strange ways. I wonder what kind of gift he'd like. Remiferia is cold around this time of year, so maybe I should get him a pair of gloves, or perhaps a scarf? Is this for your little brother? He's studying in Remiferia right now, ain't he? That's right. After all the trouble in Crossbell a year and a half ago, he decided to study abroad. I'm going to broaden my horizons, were his words, as I recall. His experience over there must have been eye-opening. Seems like you're proud of the kid. I am, but he could stand to be less cheeky, and I wish he wouldn't fall head over heels for girls who are way out of his age range. So I guess he's still simping for Ellie. Looking to buy that for Gian? Yeah, he's a bit of a soba addict. According to him, nothing beats it when you're tuckered out. Sounds like he's been busy as a bee. He does a lot of advising these days. Guess that screw of his didn't shake his standing in Hayway all that much. I'd suggest buying the flower from Cray. Soba fans love that stuff, so if you give him that, he'll be in 7th heaven. Oh, really now? I think I'll trust your advice and go with that then. Well, I got some time to kill. What to do? I'll stop by for a bit of booze while the sun's still up, and then some cuties for when it goes down. So this is where you've been, Aaron. You look awfully relaxed for someone who just ditched all his responsibilities on me. Why are you here? That's the thumbnail. That right there. It's not that hard to guess what you get up to. How come you canceled on me last minute? You haven't been causing trouble for everyone, right? I so know you messed up your sleeping schedule again, and I bet your diet's not far off. Oh, you did not just come all this way to have her nag at me. You were asking for it. Took Aaron around town, having him serve as her tour guide for the day. After ending their tour at Tryon Tower, they returned to the Sidon district. Oh, that was fun. I got to buy a ton of stuff. I got to see all the sights, everything. It's really something seeing the tower close. Gives the Great Spire a run for its Mira. Not sure those are really in the same category, but fair enough. Hey. Oh, don't worry about them. I'm perfectly aware of them. I assume you're here on Liu family business. You're quite a ways from Longport, though. Seems everybody's traveling on business these days. Huh. I expect no less of you, Lady Ocean. Shongsho, huh? Not from the Liu family, are they? Indeed not, though they seem awfully casual for Shongsho. Normally they try to hide their presence. So is the message being sent here that a Shongsho doesn't even need to try in order to keep tabs on little old me? I think you're mistaken, Lady Ocean. My master simply wishes to banish these clouds looming over Hayway, that we might shine brighter. It's really impressive how you can say that with a straight face. You really think your master's looking to resolve all this peacefully? That just doesn't sound right, does it? Now, obviously, I'm not going to pick a fight with you, at least not in public. But if, that's a big if, your boss thinks he can get the better of us, then the Liu family will accept your challenge any time. I'll let them know. Okay. Alright, let's head back now. Okay, wait, give me a second to process all that. Hayway's own little princess, huh? Apple doesn't fall far from the tree there. Remind me not to make you mad. I like having my head on my neck. Scared to think that would have happened if I turned you down. How rude. I wouldn't have done anything. Probably. I do value our friendship, Van, and I'd like to keep it that way. Really owe you, both for Longport and for keeping Aaron safe. I mean it. Oh, I know. I was just messing with you. But what were you talking about back there? Sounded like some kind of turf war business. Oh, just some shadows sneaking around. It's nothing to worry about. Baba might have told you, but Hayway is split between several groups and families. Sometimes we have to tie those loose ends back up ourselves. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's what Yaya always said. Okay, let's head on back. I should let Baba know what happened. Do you want to see him? He should be back now, and I think he might want to thank you for today. I'm good, thanks. It's kind of like asking me to walk into a minefield, no offense. Hey, come on, don't antagonize us like that. Eventually got Van to reconsider, read comply, and exchange pleasantries with her father. Despite being worn out from the encounter, Van met up with the rest of the gang and went right back to work.
This is one relationship I'll cherish. For Hayway, as much as anything else.
Huh. Girl with the Monarch's education, cerulean charm. What does the cerulean charm do? What is it? Items, armor... It's accessories. Yeah, here we go. EP plus 15, ADF plus 150? Oh, no, that's kind of a nice item. Who else am I supposed to hang out with?
What's next?
It's good to see you, Spriggan. Thanks for coming by. No problem. Didn't expect to get a request from you of all people, though. What gives? Why don't you want Agnes to know? Oh, I just don't want her to worry for no good reason. That's all. Sure, that's all. What's the real reason? Because it'll be more fun to take care of it if it's just the two of us. Fun, huh? You always have an interesting definition of that. Don't get me wrong, I really don't want to concern Agnes with this either. I'll take your word for it. You said you guys are having some kind of problem in the neighborhood around our Aramis? Right. In short, we seem to be having some people who are trying to spy on our students of late. That's sketchy. Not something you really want to hear. Have you talked to the police or the guild about it? No, not yet. My source for this information isn't the kind I'd rather share with the police in particular. I'm sure you understand. Fair enough. I won't stick my nose where it isn't wanted either, then. If we're talking about kids being spied on here, then conventional wisdom would suggest these people are scoping them out to kidnap them later. Wouldn't be all that surprising considering how many kids there come from money. Even so, with the sort of security that campus has got, they've got their work cut out for them. They do, but the signs are there nevertheless. Plus, these people don't have to strike on campus to cause trouble. Once the students leave campus, they're out of our security guard's orbit. Right, which is exactly what they'll be doing sooner rather than later. I see where this is going. Exactly. Our big trip coming up puts me in a real bind. With the students operating on their own outside of campus, it'll be impossible for me to be in all places at once to keep an eye on things. Which is why I'd prefer if we can get all of this straightened out before we leave so I can put this idiot's machinations to bed once and for all. Sounds like there's more to this than meets the eye, but even without me knowing, I understand where you're coming from. Not something we should put on the back burner, that's for sure. So does that mean you'll help me? I've come this far, so might as well. Plus, I'm curious what would make it so fun, as you put it. Guessing you have some sort of reason you want me to help you specifically? I do. I have a good hunch as to who might be behind this. He's the kind of person who'd be best to handle with your help. Of course, I want to make it worth your time too, so I've arranged a special reward for you in addition to your usual commission. There's a famous ice cream maker in Liberl who put out a brand new gelato flavor. A flavor that I just so happen to have flown to me all the way from Grancel. You interested? Say less. That flavor's the hottest topic right now in the Sweets magazine I read. I thought they had orders for that stuff backed up all the way to next year. What can I say? If I want your services, I've got to make sure I come prepared. It's the least I could do. You know me too well, kitty. If that's on the line, you can be dang sure I'll earn my keep. Let's get to work. As always, there's two things you can be sure of about Trails Through Daybreak. It's one, the dark themes, and two, Vane can be easily swayed with food. Alright. Our identified a few heads of our own. The investigation proceeded smoothly. Soon they found out what group and who was behind everything. Yeah, see? Okay, now that the plan is settled, all that's left is to take action during their school trip, see? Remember that we are only helping you because our boss trusts your plan to work. It's better go off without a hitch. Of course it will. Wait a minute, isn't that... What's that guy's name? The one that's, Ouroboros, he always shows up. Is it Gabriel? Doesn't sound right. Is that him? It looks like him. Am I not part of the Dolar family? It's my response. Maybe it's not. That's not all. If students continue getting kidnapped, the student council president will have to involve herself soon enough. The situation will soon demolish her reputation, and as she lay in shambles, we can lure her in with the kidnapped students. I'll finally be able to exact revenge on that accursed Ren Bright. Maybe this is... No, this is the dude. Certain my father will be most pleased when he hears about this. My, Ronald, you're a devoted man, aren't you? I'm most amazed you still remember me after all this time. Maybe it's not the G dude. Ain't so sure that a daddy's boy like him is the kind of fan club you'd want to have after you. What in the world are you doing here? I had my suspicions that you would be the one pulling the strings here, Ronald Griffith. Okay, it's not the dude from Ouroboros. Oh, huh. Jogs my memory a little. I've indirectly dealt with this brat before. This your former classmate, yeah? The one that had a bone to pick with you and ended up getting expelled after trying to mess... He's the one from the Reverie Corridor memory door thingy. That's right. He's the one that was... Okay. I thought he was familiar, but I was thinking of the wrong guy. But it's okay, it's the one from the memory in the Reverie Corridor. Okay. Gotcha. Must extend my thanks again for assisting me then. You two have no idea what the hell you put us through after you ruined my father's career. No, I don't, and I couldn't care less either. You two were just asking for it. So let me recapitulate here. Your grand plan was to engineer a series of kidnappings to, as you put it, enact your revenge on me? What a tedious and oblique way of going about things you have. Give him some credit. His brain might not be turning on right after what you did to him. Probably scared him crapless of a face-to-face... What? Am I reading things properly? Probably scared him. A face-to-face... Oh, okay, made him afraid of... Okay. Don't make fun of me. Me joining the Dollar family was all so I could make you pay. We're a mafia with roots dating back to the very history of the Republic. We are not to be messed with, man. So don't you dare underestimate me. Man, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. I would say the Dollar family figures in at about the third largest mafia in the Republic. They vied for the second spot years ago just behind Heiue. Back then, they held an immense amount of power. However, Almata's recent moves have managed to displace them from their zone of influence, and they haven't been as active as a result. Shut up! I don't want to hear Almata's name anywhere in relation to us! Oh my, is Almata yet another sore spot for you? My apologies. That was so inconsiderate of me. You are really asking for it now. I might have to fast-track things now, but you falling straight into my hands must be a blessing from Adios herself. Thank you for saving me in the trouble. To show my gratitude, I'll give you a demonstration of the true darkness this world is capable of. What's so funny? Pardon me, Ronald. I couldn't quite help myself. Such a cute declaration to make towards me, of all people. You're out of your depth. That's true. For him to be like, I'll show you the darkness of this world. It's like, dude, you don't know what's in Ren's history. Shall we, Spriggan? Fine, but I ain't doing all the work here. Needn't worry. I have a message I need them to hear loud and clear. You don't ever try to harm my students. Heh, you don't scare me. I won't take me 10 minutes and with you till blah blah blah. Let's just beat this guy up. So we get to play as Ren? Nope. Nope, we don't. Okay. That's a bummer. You gotta be kidding me. We're real mafia. Those gangsters from last year were nothing compared to us, so how? We didn't even get a scratch in. You were right about one thing. It did indeed take less than 10 minutes. Now that I think about it, I remember one of our grunts talking about getting their crap kicked in by a student before. I think this is what Arkride dude has been making waves all over. Wait, the one that's been messing with Almata? What the hell is he doing here? This ain't no joke. We got no chance against him. Run, everybody. Scram! And I guess they were pretty low on the family's pecking order, but I still expected them to put up a better fight. Wait, please. What was it, Ronald, that you said before? Oh, I know. Something about demonstrating the true darkness this world is capable of. The sheer audacity to even dare utter that. You, who's never had the courage to truly gaze at the abyss and have it stare back at you. Maybe it's about time I show you the true despair of that darkness. I mean, I'm going to share these in Discord. This is just... Ren's so cool. Oh dear, we've reached the same outcome as before. I expected all the bravado to take him further this time. At least we managed to clean up the last time's leftovers, so things should be spick and span from here on. That we have. I must thank you again for your help. That's one more time to add to the tally. You probably didn't even need me here, let's be honest. You've come a long way from the kitty I first met. Good work today, Ren. Likewise. Having completed their objective, Vane accompanied Ren back to the surface for his promised gelato. The two took a short break together, Vane enjoying his reward alongside a black tea of Ren's recommendation before parting ways.
That wasn't a bad way to kill time.
That was not a bad way to kill time, I agree. Perfect School Council President, Vane's ATS +5. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Ren's cool. I'm glad she's in this game. Alright, so we're going to go and hang out with Elaine because we missed that the first time. Maybe I should check out the release schedule. I still can't. Oh, so we're going to go see a movie with Elaine? Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up, did their thing, went to the movies. He's like, uh-oh. Hey there, not used to seeing you here. Oh, it's you, Van. I'm not here to watch any movies. I was just passing through after receiving a nearby assignment. That explains it. For a sec, I thought you were slacking off and sneaking in a showing. Just because you have that sort of time on your hands doesn't mean we all do. I happen to be as busy as ever. Hey, I'm plenty busy too, you know. I'm just taking a short break. Anyway, which movie caught your attention? Curious what Beauty Blade is into these days? Sorry, I can't talk anymore. I have to get back to work. Hey, I was just asking. The Mishi everyone loves is hitting the big screen. Mishy and Boots coming to theaters this November. Well, that explains it. Can't say I'm shocked she's a little bashful about it. Nothing wrong with liking Mishy, though. I've got an idea. What's your idea, Van? Is he gonna set her up with a request to go see a movie? You're playing it off like it's coincidence, but I suspect this was very much deliberate. I could arrest you for stalking, you know. Oh, don't be like that. I just wanted to give something to you. Here you go. Is this a Mishy plush? Yep, this thing's merch for the Mishy and Boots movie that's coming next month. You can only get it in theaters for a limited time. You have no idea how long I had to wait in line for it. Why did you go out of your way to do that for me? I figured you wanted one because you looked like you were dying to see it. I don't want to see it that much. Even if I did, that doesn't mean you had to get this for me. Well, that wasn't the only reason. I just happen to remember about that promise I broke all those years ago. I know giving you this thing won't fully make up for it. You aren't wrong. Also, did you just refer to Mishy as this thing? Rude. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, catch you later. So what was the promise? Do we get to see it? So there's a theme park in Crossbell called Michelin Wonderland. Well, that's new. And this is its mascot. We're back. What are you reading there? It's like it's some sort of news from Crossbell. Anyway, what's this cat-looking thing? Mishy? Looks ugly as hell. Don't tell me you like... Van. Don't be dissing Mishy. I'm allowed to like whatever I want. I'm sorry my tastes aren't up to your standards. It's always good to see you two getting along so well. Crossbell is the only one station away on the Transcontinental Railroad. Why don't you take a part-time job so you can take her next year? Don't push me into it. So, what are you thinking? If you really want to go, Really? You'd take me? I mean, if you'd really like to take me that badly, I suppose I can come along. You just can't be cute, can you? You're one to talk, Mr. Dark and Brooding. Thank you, Van. I can hardly wait to go. So they never went. Does he have any idea how many years it's been since then? Still, I'm happy he remembered. Van reunited the others and got back to work.
You've always been stubborn as a mule. Although I suppose that's reassuring in its own way.
Yep. Either Van needs to get with Elaine or he needs to get with Paulette. There are no other options. There are no other options. All right, let's see who we've got next. Check it out, another special on Nita Fenley. That chick's on a roll lately. I mean, why wouldn't she be? She stole Judith Lancer's crown as Best Actress at the festival. She's got to be the hottest actress in Zemuria right now. Guess it's now Nina's time to be in the spotlight. Not that I'll stop liking Judith or anything, of course, but you know what I mean. Yeah, man. No one keeps the action sexy like her. Are these like junior high kids? Is that who I think it is? Grimcat? Okay, no time to waste. Time to watch another. You're watching the same movie again? It's gotta be the third time now. What the heck? What are you doing here? What am I doing here? What are you doing? Coming to this theater and watching your own movie over and over again? Don't you think that's kinda... Don't you say another word. This isn't a good place to talk. Alright, the coast is clear. Are you out of your mind? Do you know what would have happened if people in that theater knew I was there? It'd be chaos. Hey, you're the one who blared your horn. I was trying to keep my voice down so only you could hear me. If people were gonna notice you, it wouldn't have been because of me. Well, you still... Anyway, you didn't answer my question. Why all the repeat viewings of your own movies? You that much of a narcissist? Who said I was a narcissist? It's nothing like that. Look, I get it. We all go through that phase at some point in our lives. It's perfectly normal for you to get a kick out of how hot you look in the mirror when you're going through puberty. Thought you were a little old for that, though. I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. And what do you mean, old? I'm younger than you. I'll take your word for it, then. So what is it you're doing? Some kind of weird hobby? It's not a hobby. I didn't come here to watch the movie. I came here to watch the audience. The audience? Like what, to bask in their adoration as they watch you strut your stuff? Well, dang girl, you're an even bigger narcissist than I thought. Gotta hand it to you. It takes a special kind of person to go to that much trouble to have their ego massaged. Props. Now you're just trying to piss me off, aren't you? You figured it out already? I mean, here I was hoping I'd get a couple more selge out of that. You could at least pretend to be a little sorry. I swear, talking to you is bad for my mental health. Okay, real talk. I'm guessing you're here to gauge the audience's reaction to your work? Yeah, more or less. Although I'm mostly looking for some specific things. When I come on the screen, I pay attention to how the people around me are reacting. When they laugh, where they cry, where they're let down, stuff like that. It gives me a good barometer of how well my acting is landing with people so I can see where I maybe need to improve going forward. You don't say. I didn't realize you did so much homework between shoots. I don't do it just to study their reactions either. I also do it to put things into perspective for myself, I guess you'd put it. Not sure I follow. When I'm filming something, obviously I like to think that the final product's going to come out just like the director and I intended. But audiences don't always see what we see in the same way. They might hate something you felt confident about, or they'll love something you didn't even put all that much work into. Some people might chalk it up to just differences in taste or perspective, but that feels like such a waste when there's so much you can learn. Unlike what you might think, we don't make movies just to satisfy ourselves. We want audiences to be moved, maybe even be inspired by them. You can't improve your craft as an actor unless you take the time to sit down and figure out where you and your audience don't see eye to eye. That's interesting because I feel like a lot of folks in Hollywood now would probably do well to heed that advice and gain that perspective. Because all I see a lot of is studios just blaming the fans, like, oh, you're just X, Y, and Z. It's like, maybe pump the brakes a little bit. Huh, you put more thought into your work than I expected. I always figured you were just riding the wave of your success all the way to the bank. Hey, Dios, you sound just like my mom and Grammy. What on Zamaria makes you think I'm anything like that? I was trying to give you a compliment, I swear. Interesting to know your family gives you that same sort of grief, though. Pretend you didn't hear that. Also, I'm impressed you can discern people's faces so much inside a dark movie theater. Is that one of the perks from your side hustle? It gives you cat vision at night? No, it's not because of the I have no idea what you're talking about. Who's this woman think she's fooling? Is this sort of field research something you always done since becoming an actress? I used to do it a lot back in the day, but the last 2 or 3 years, not so much. These days, as soon as I wrap up one film, it's immediately on to the next shoot. Between that and my other occupation, hardly have time for it now. You had some free time for once and decided to do it for old time's sake? Had it, more like I had to make it for myself. Had to turn down every offer for shooting and interviews in order to make this happen. No kidding, that determined, huh? It's not just that I missed it and wanted to do it, the festival made me realize I need to start stepping up my game. Because you had the award for Best Actress taken from under your nose? Pretty much. Nina has such incredible talent for an actress her age. I knew she might catch up to me sooner or later, but I didn't remotely expect it to happen this soon. I get how that might be a shock to you, but it's just one film festival. Do you really need to be so hung up on the results? Her winning the award doesn't take away from the caliber of your own acting. Golden Blood and Wolves Requiem are both huge, incredibly entertaining films. Most reviews had them neck and neck when it came to the quality of their acting and their sheer level of polish. I appreciate the pep talk, but I don't want to give myself excuses for what happened. At the end of the day, I lost out. Those are the facts, plain and simple. If I don't always knock audiences and judges off their feet with my acting, then I'm not doing the absolute best I can. Spoken like a true actress who's earned her spot as queen of the industry. When I first got to see the real her, I thought I'd regret ever being a fan, but maybe I don't have anything to worry about after all. You got something else you want to say to me? Anyway, not to get off topic, but how did you see through my disguise in the theater? I know it wasn't the most elaborate thing in the world, but I was pretty confident I wouldn't get caught. Probably only noticed because I heard a couple of guys talking about you right before I saw you. If I hadn't, I doubt I'd have even given you the time of the day. Really? What were they discussing? Nothing big, just how things went for you at the film festival. From the way they were talking, those awards, or lack of, I guess, don't seem to have done anything to diminish your fan base. I know I still count myself as part of it. Oh, good to know. Well, don't you worry. Next time a film festival comes rolling around, I'll be standing at the top of the winner's podium where I belong. Until then, I'm going back to basics and honing my acting so that it's much better. You'll see. Good luck with that. I'll be watching. Nice little...
Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Nice little moment with Judith there. Genuinely talented phantom thief. Kind of waiting for her to not really drop the charade, but just like join the party already and kind of chill out. All right, last one we will do, which is with Reset. So you want to talk about some office paperwork? Correct. In the course of organizing everything, I found some forms whose deadlines are quickly approaching. I thought you should be made aware of them so that they aren't submitted late. Ah, crap. Yeah, I don't want to fall behind on those. Which forms are they? Actually, I went ahead and sorted them out for you already. All you have to do is fill them in. Perfect. Thanks, Reset. Gonna take care of those right now so they're not hanging over our head. Van quickly dealt with the paperwork Reset had provided. Yeah, okay. Man, I can't believe I spaced on this. I completely forgot today was the cutoff. Right, this whole customization form thing, they just rolled that out if I recall. Correct, the government is inspecting and customized automobiles to ensure they're not hazardous to public safety. Failing to submit this form will void your tax exemption and other credits. Your car will effectively be illegal. Smaller customizations can use a separate form from this one. Yeah, this one's probably their way of preparing for like engine swaps and lift kits and stuff. Got the paperwork a while ago, but I kept putting it off. Like a pain in the rear. You really saved my bacon getting this stuff sorted for me. Of course, these clerical affairs are my forte. Shall we get this dealt with then? Ah, crap. Fancy meeting you here. Ain't 'cause I want to be here, trust me. Oh, finally decided to come clean, huh? About time. Come clean for what, idiot? I'm just here to turn in some papers for my truck mods. Huh, I saw that young lady with you in Tharbad. Thank you for your help back then. My name is Reset Twinings. I'm a concierge for the Marduk Company. Currently assisting Mr. Arkride on official business. Official? How do you keep fumbling your way into a harem, loser? Marduk, huh? I love how Nate just like is running his mouth and Deswani's just like, I'm just ignoring him. It's like he's so much of an embarrassment he doesn't even bother saying anything. Mind if I pull you aside for some questions, miss? I'll take care of the paperwork for you. Thought they were never gonna let us go. You have any idea they were gonna do that to you when you got to the precinct? I did know they wanted to question me. I figured that I might as well accompany you and get it over with here. But that's neither here nor there. Good work getting your form filled out. That's most of your paperwork done for today. Thanks. Wait, most? What's next? Oh, nothing major. Just your taxes. And while we're at it, I did want to run some equipment maintenance and office resupplies by you. Man, I almost feel bad putting you to work this hard after you just joined. Almost. Let's go ahead and tackle all that while we're at it. Perfect. Our next destination is Station Street, then. Van and Company reset as they navigated their busy work for the day. After a round of shopping on Station Street, they took a little break at a nearby cafe. Thanks for all your hard work, Reset. You got through all that desk work that was piling up like it was nothing. I feel kind of bad for forcing you to do all the tedious jobs, though. Please think nothing of it. I'm always happy to be of service. I'm nothing if not pleased to have been able to be of assistance in your office. We'd never been able to interact through anything other than a screen beforehand. But now I get to go out shopping and have a nice chat with you physically here. Weird way of putting it, but I see where you're coming from. Oh, speaking of orders, I wasn't aware prior to me coming here and accompanying you on your travels just how bad your sweet tooth is. Just want to make it clear that sweets aren't the only reason we've been going on so many business trips lately. More of a bonus, yeah? It'd be rude going somewhere and not sampling the local confectionery. If you say so. And you totally didn't buy that. Whatever, let's drink. This is rather hotter than I was expecting. This is way too hot. Did a rookie screw up or something? But yours doesn't look as hot as mine. You can't be so sure of that. Our differences in reaction should not be how you gauge it. I handle hot things better than most do. Still think it would be wise to get some milk to cool it down, though. Excuse me. Or the pancake's gonna be too hot too? Just think of them as a little bonus. Small thanks for all you've done for us, even in such a short time. There's more to life than just work. You should at least find the time to enjoy something sweet once in a while. I wasn't expecting to get such a pleasant bonus so soon after starting work. I can see this is a workplace that values its employees after all. It's good to have you on the team, Reset. It's likewise my pleasure being part of the team. Though it'd feel awfully rude to sit and enjoy this plate of pancakes while you just sit and watch. You're the one with the sweet tooth after all. Surprised he didn't order any for himself.
You have my full support and then some, Mr. Arkride.
Shardmaster. Huh, that's cool. Alright, well, that is all of the side things out of the way, so I guess we can continue on with the main story. It's a little early, but I think we should call it a day. You can head on back to the office, Agnes. Feel free to go straight to the dorms if you want. Is this about your call with the big guy earlier? Nah, it's nothing that important. Oh, and your trial period's over, Reset. I don't know how long you were planning on hanging around, but we're happy to have you. Thank you. I'll bring the supplies we purchased back to our base. Appreciate it. Anyway, don't stay out too late now, guys. Oh. Something about this rubs me the wrong way. What do you say we tail him? We shouldn't invade his privacy. You're not fooling anyone. We both know you want to find out what's up. I mean, yes, but... Reset, aren't you against prying into Van's business too? On the contrary, I'm in full support. I've been fiercely curious about his destination. Furthermore, it seemed he was going there for the sake of his acquaintance rather than for personal business. But in truth, I was recommended to start spending more time as I please, so I intend to do just that. What? Nice save, maid. We could use some help, though. Let's give the pipsqueak a call. This is new Class 7 all over again. I don't want to be the only one left out. I really thought you were more mature than this. I apologize for my imperfect nature. I am still only 20 after all. Yeah, this feels like new Class 7 again. Like when Kurt and Ash and all them would go help Reen, even though Reen's like, no, stay here, don't follow me. He knew. To be fair, they should have known better. Like, Reen's gonna let himself get tailed so easily. Man, a big bracer like you can't just stand around here and not expect to get stares. Hey there, sorry for calling you on such short notice. How'd you manage to convince the others to let you go? Don't worry about it, I lost them anyways. But think you could give me more of a heads up next time? Those kids will poke their nose into anything once they catch a whiff. Sure thing, next time. So what do you even want from me? If you just wanted someone to help you blend in, wouldn't Elaine or Clausel have done this job just fine? Gosh, words are hard. They're tough enough to serve as backup, but they'd probably make me stand out more than you think. Besides, I think you're a better fit with who we were about to meet. Oh, come on. Hey, I'll buy you a drink for the trouble. Anyway, let's get going. Who are we gonna go meet? That Van would be like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Ooh. Gambling bar Bexon. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess Blacklight District, sure, makes sense. Well, here we are. The place, and of course there's a clapping merchant just incessantly clapping over there. And we've got this old guy over here just pointing at the guard like, you're bad. and stuff. For how long it's been around, it's kind of crazy how much more lively it's gotten in the past few years. No kidding. You won't find it on any map, yet people are still somehow finding their way down here. But what criminal wouldn't be tempted by a literal lawless zone where they can let off all the steam they please? Might be a bit much for your little ones to handle right now, though. Yeah, hate to do it, but I gotta introduce them to it eventually. Can't stay ignorant of its existence forever when you're in this line of work. True enough. So my impression of you being a mother hen looking after her chicks wasn't so far off after all, huh? Oh, can it? So where are we going? Well, let's peek in at the nearby bars for starters. Watch your back, alright? I know.
Mind if I split? I've got a bad feeling about this.
Come on, man. Where's your adventurous spirit?
Yeah, Van, where's your adventurous spirit? Also, I can't get over how some of these merchants or NPCs in the game just do this weird clapping and non-stop thing. It's like, what are you clapping for? Like, check out my bootleg Game Boys and my super not knock off at all speakers.
Alrighty.
And check out these sweet crap books. They're like MacBooks and Chromebooks, but they're put together. Actually, a Chromebook is a crap book. Has anybody ever used a Chromebook before? Those things suck. This guy just kicking his feet. You know how like when you're a kid and you're sitting in a chair but your feet don't quite hit the ground, so you kind of kick your feet? It's kind of vibe. Which, to be honest, I don't blame him. That's kind of a good carefree feeling. What is this over here? Shutter. Stood off by an enormous barrier. Barrier? Did somebody say barrier? Why those guys move like that?
Deploying shards! Your time's run out!
Okay.
Fine, let's play.
Oh, we get to use Zen. Oh, wait, do we? He's not showing up on the left side. Maybe we don't. That's a bummer if we don't.
Activating skill.
Over here! All for you! All fired up. Howl for me. Thundering kick!
I mean, hey, 3D Zen is fine with me.
A chance!
Does anybody else feel like it's kind of cheating when enemies heal themselves?
Get the upper hand. Full boost. Activating skill.
Aerial Buster! Your move, Jin!
Surprised that guy didn't just collapse. I feel like Zen, if he threw a punch at you, he would just like cave your skull in.
Full boost. Go all
This'll
out.
hurt.
Activating skill.
It's over.
And that's how it's done. I almost feel sorry for the losers in hindsight. Almost. Gotta be pretty wet behind the ears to pick a fight with the immovable and not know what they're getting into. Goes to show why the Taito school still got its rep. It's lost some of its luster from back in the day, alas. The central dojo closed down 10 years ago after Master Ryuga passed. Now it hangs on by a thread split between several disparate dojos. Speaking of those, got something on your mind? Remember you like to go visit those rinky-dink dojos every now and then to train with the disciples. Why not take up the mantle and revive the Taito school outright? You ever think of doing that? Can't imagine anyone would have a problem with you taking the reins. I'd love to see that as much as anyone, believe me, but I don't think I'm cut out to lead the whole school like that. And I can't just shrink my duty as a bracer to chase some pipe dream of mine. Maybe once I'm retired, I'll give it some thought. True, Guild probably can't afford to lose somebody as high up as you, given everything going on right now. Yeah. You flatter me. I can't take all the credit, though. You really held your own in that fight back there. You got a lot of oddball moves in your arsenal. Can tell you're trained in Kunlun and clear as day. Must have a hell of a master to be able to fight like that. Hell of a master is right. He went and wasted his talent on an idiot like me. Couldn't even repay him for everything he did. No, you don't say. Could he mean... Anyway, let's keep moving. Our destination should be further in. Now, what kind of shops do we got here? This is Maja? Can I interest you in any of my specialty herbs? What kind of herbs are we talking about here? All my stuff is safe and street legal. Sure. You know, this makes me think, you know, Resident Evil is one of my other favorite game series, and I always found it weird how to heal yourself in the game, you consumed herbs. It's a little weird. Like in games like East and Trails, it makes a little more sense because it's like an RPG sort of thing, but in Resident Evil, a semi-serious game, it's like you're consuming herbs to feel better, to numb the pain, so to speak.
What will it be?
What do we really do? Okay, let's buy this lemon balm cake, 100%. Pick that up. Do we need anything else? I don't think. Oh, chamomile earrings. And probably get some of the spice stuff here. And then do we need to exchange anything? Not much.
I'll be seeing you.
All right, let's give that gift to Elaine real quick and learn how to make a parfait. Okay. Where's that even at? Well, it wouldn't be under cooking. What do I even... 14 vitality droplets? Maybe it's under key. It's probably a key item, isn't it? Let's go in here. There we go.
Thanks, Van.
Struggling Beauty's Blade. Elaine's agility, Van's agility. Okay. I gotta be careful when I'm reading her name because in one of my past streams I called her Booty's Blade, and it's like, that's just, nope, that's not her name. Mr. Arkride Solutions himself. He's got the immovable tagging right along with him too. Okay, let's see what he's got for sale.
I've got some fine wares for sale.
Antique locket. Classic coin. Cannot be used as currency. Want to boost ATS abilities. Let's give that to Agnes. Probably want to keep the blue pendulum, right?
Best come again.
Then rare items, camel figurine.
Best come again soon.
Give some of those to the characters.
Thank you, Van.
You sure know how to make a girl happy.
Okay. They're selling art. What is this guy? Morgan? Howdy there, Spriggity Doo. And is that the immovable Mr. Zen I see? Well, butter my... Call me a biscuit? I can already tell if I was streaming this live, people would be spamming that in my chat. You really are a celebrity down here, ain't you? I wouldn't say that. Morgan just happens to be one of the more reputable merchants here, and I do sometimes employ his services. He kind of tiptoes a legal line, but he's been an invaluable informant for us at the guild, so we just sort of look the other way. Oh, mercy, that's so nice of you, Mr. Zen. Too nice, in fact. I haven't done that much, really. I still feel terrible that I couldn't help you before. I'm so sorrily sorry. I'm pathetic, I tell you. Just a failure in the eyes of Adios. You know, it's weird as hell seeing a guy in a mask beating up on himself like that. It's giving me whiplash. Yeah, I get that. He's an eccentric fellow, but I take it to mean he's a good guy at heart. I want that sword behind him. He's got like rifles in here.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Dude is like Jason Voorhees, but I guess we can get that for Fairy. And then do we need these? Ergonomic grip. You don't put that there.
We await your next visit.
We await your... Dude, there's a lot of shops here.
Not this. I don't sense any chi.
They must not be here.
Who knew that the seedy underbelly
Who the
of
hell are you talking about?
where are we at? Had so many places to shop. Whoa, you're so big, mister. You should have some of Mommy's drinks. They're delicious. I'm not allowed to have any because I'm too little. Oh, but no, his mom's a bartender. You're gonna have one of my spirits? I'm gonna run my mouth a bit too much there. Well, let's go over here and grab. I mean, we might as well.
Got a minute?
Gabriella? You serious? Zin Vathic? What the hell are you doing here? Look, if you're just a customer, that's fine, but you're on our turf, and we're not the straight laces you deal with on the surface. You just stay out of our business, and we'll steer clear of yours. You got that? Don't worry, I know my place here. I'm not looking to ruffle any feathers. Sometimes all I want is to shoot the breeze over drinks. Nothing wrong with that. Provided you don't try to pull anything. Drop the goody two-shoes crap while you're here, okay? Makes me want to puke. I hear you. I'll be careful. She must be some kind of ex-Jaeger to be talking like that. I mean, she does. She's wearing a similar outfit to, like, Ada and Fee, so.
Don't take too long to decide now.
Northern Tonic. Might as
Come
well.
back soon.
That was not the voice I expected her to have. Alright, so. We've already gone over there. What is up here? Okay, fine. We will go the way that Van wants us to go. Not Van. Zen. Van's the guy that we're controlling. Excuse me? Are we about to get into a fight? You're kidding me, right? Sorry to hold things up.
How delightful it is to see you, Mr. Arkride. And you as well, immovable.
You sure took your sweet-ass time. Didn't expect Arkride to be with you, though.
I'm just here to do him a favor. But if I'd known you were coming to see... But if I'd known we were coming to see scumbags like you, I'd have turned him straight down. Come on now, no need to be like that. I knew you were in Calvard, but it's hard to believe it's been 2 years since I last saw your face, eh, Walter? Not since Jormungand, right? Bugged the hell out of me we weren't even able to use that chance to settle the score between us. Same here. So I'm sure it's no coincidence I was suddenly able to meet you so easily. I spoke to these two before you showed up, but meetups like this here and there ain't such a bad idea with how little we know about those guys. I see now. We're all after Almata, so we're here to trade information on them. Didn't think I'd chance into a gathering this major. So who's our imposing friend?
I ask that you proceed as though I am not present.
I don't think it's Alexander, because he's not big like Alexander is, but there's something up with this guy.
Think of me as a random traveler who happened to be here when you arrived.
Uh-huh. That's asking a lot. Though the coat and you being part of this group gives me an idea of who you're affiliated with. To kick this thing off, it's proving impossible to even learn more about Almata at this point. Heard a report the other day that a bracer on an undercover op on them still hasn't come back. We have been in much the same position ever since the situation in Longport. Not long ago, a cold-blooded warning video was sent to our Council of Elders, the kind meant to serve as an example. They just keep getting worse. We've had nothing like that on our end, but there's one guy up top who can't seem to wipe the smile off his face since they cropped up. He's one real loser, so if he likes them, you know they're real monsters. Sounds to me like we all think we're better off crushing them before they become even more of a headache. This guy, he the one you mentioned a while back?
I've got a list of questions from the Oathbreaker, so start running your mouth, or I'll run my fist through your face.
The infamous Fourth Anguis, huh? Doesn't quite sit right. Imagine our definitions of crush differ here, but at least we know where we all stand now. Save for our friend keeping his cards to his chest there anyway. Sounds like the CID's up to something too. Still, wish I could figure out just what their boss is thinking. Old Rocksmith's successor, huh? Heard some colorful rumors about him myself. But knowing he's turned a blind eye to a hole like this makes him alright in my book. Indeed, President Rocksmith was a broad-minded fellow in his own right. But the current president has proven even more receptive toward us. Some of the elders are rather fond of him. Though that does also make him a far more formidable foe during negotiations. From our perspective, President's willingness to work with you guys is one giant flapping red flag. Oh, do not misunderstand. All of our cooperative efforts are in line with your guild's code. Heaven forbid otherwise. Can you guys not probe each other while I'm stuck right in the middle? Okay, I feel like I don't even need to be here anymore. Easy, Arkride. Your part's just about to come up. Is he glowing?
Walter.
It ain't often we get a chance like this, and you can't pick a better place. You weren't satisfied with how we ended 2 years ago either. So what say we pick it up where we left off? Right here, right now.
Are we about to witness the rematch I've been waiting for ever since I saw the trailer for this game?
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go, dude. Wait, you saw this coming, didn't you? I ain't here to watch two monsters beating the crap out
Who said
of...
you'd watch? You and White Orchid Dragon are joining.
Oh,
Come on. Exchange info, exchange blows. Either way, we're getting to know each other.
I admit to some reluctance standing between combatants of your caliber. But I am also not one to pass up a chance to face Mr. Arkride and the famed Jin the Immovable.
I keep forgetting that Zin's name is Jin, or something to that effect. Well, you should be.
Sorry, Arkride, but this is just how it's gotta be. We'd lose sight of ourselves if it was just one-on-one. And who knows how much damage we'd cause then.
You jerk. Had to get creative with the word there. We just gonna fight? We're just gonna fight in the open like this?
I shall act as observer. Fight to your heart's content.
Why are you so up for this? You're welcome to my spot, you know.
Perhaps another time.
Oh, I wonder if he's part of like the Gralsritter.
Ready? Begin!
Time for you to focus.
I like how their faces were positioned like it's a fighting
Try
game.
not to bore me, all right?
Don't hold anything back now. All right.
Alright, yeah, we're doing this. Oh, we get to control Zin now. Nice. What's he got? Damage resilience up large. Thundering kick seal.
Oh, is that all you got?
Going all in.
Activating skill.
All right? You're crushed.
Nice.
My move now. Think fast. Take this.
Deploying shield.
No use. Razor. Hurricane. A chance. This'll hurt. I'll dice you up. I'm all fired up.
Energy output maximum.
Yeah, let's see what his S-Break looks like.
Activating skill.
Behold the fists of the immovable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now we're talking.
It's not as flashy as some of the other ones we've seen, but it's still pretty cool.
Well done.
Boost gauge limit removed.
Oh, we got him. Okay.
And you still won't accept that S-rank promotion. Why the hell not?
I'm just not ready for it. My Taito skills have nothing to do with it. Though it'll sure give me a boost in confidence if I can beat you here.
Oh yeah? Will it now?
Oh, dude. Gotta scream, huh? There's no stopping this. I am honored to bear witness.
That is enough.
Of course. Of course. Who's that behind Kilika? You're...
Kilika!
Oh, they're like, oh no. You guys are about to get an earful, probably.
You got here quick, and here I was hoping we could duke it out a little longer.
I figured you'd have a lot of catching up to do, so I thought to give you some space. A mistake on my part, I see.
Who's the Assassin's Creed guy with you?
Are you a future S-rank bracer and a society enforcer, or are you infants?
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute! This was all his fault!
Don't give me that. You were all gung-ho until she showed up, buddy.
Looking more and more like infants from where I'm standing. What a shame. I was rather looking forward to seeing that to its end. You are a force to be reckoned with, Flying Swallow. It's good to see you, Spriggan. I see Zin is causing you trouble yet again. As for you, Sao, are you sure it's alright for you to be out of Crossbell after your promotion to president? Worry not. I foisted all responsibility there to Yin and the SSS. This guy has no shame. Looks like he brought more suspicious folks. Dude, these have to be Grossritters. Or not Gross, but like they're part of it. Cause she looks just not like just like Reese, but pretty similar. Maybe a little more like Scarlet. Oh heck yeah, dude.
You got a problem with us, punk?
I don't.
So you're the Spriggan of the Republic. But personally, I think of you as the dropout of the Conlone School.
Wait, are you?
Now, Celise. It's not good to pick fights with him when you've only just met.
Celise, okay.
Even if he is a shady piece of human waste from Adios knows where who can't figure out which half of the moral fence he's standing on.
Jeez, buddy. Why don't you take a breath in between those insults there?
Well, even I wasn't trying to be that harsh.
Curious.
Still, I see it was worth our while to come down here. Who knew a battle between the Society's finest Eastern martial artist and a student of one of the 3 great schools would be waiting for us? But perhaps the greatest surprise of all is seeing you.
Who is it?
Thought you were acting kind of funny lately. But finding out you're all buddy-buddy with the Society is one thing I didn't see coming.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. I am a mere traveler who chanced upon this place and its current company. Nothing more. I ask that you pay me no mind, Mother Celise, Father Leon.
Leon? Okay.
You're not even trying to hide it.
You are quite the interesting fellow, Vice Captain.
Must have been a hard job bringing a couple of runts like them down here.
I thought they would make a fine match for you. We do have an agreement right now, after all.
Who are you calling a couple of runts? You sure can run your mouth dire well, but don't go getting cocky.
What sword is that? Did the blades break off and it becomes like a whip sort of thing?
How about I show you and that hardhead what I can really do?
Yeah?
Yeah, let's see the sword in action.
With what, Missy? That sword? Sure you're gonna be swinging it and not the other way around? How'd a teeny bopper like you even get that damn...
I'm 27.
So she's old.
Huh?
I said I'm 27. Any questions?
I love how age is like a big thing in this game for some reason. Like, people are getting really offended by their ages and like using different names depending on how old they are.
Huh. Well, I guess some guys are into that kind of thing.
You are so dead.
You had to step on a landmine. She hates when people talk about her little baby face and impressively short height.
Impressively short height.
Also dead.
I'll leave this crap to you, Arkride.
Why me? I have a feeling I know where these 3 are from.
Oh, there he is.
They caught up?
Van! Wait. Huh?
Sao? What kind of crazy party is this?
This is a little more crazier than a tea party, you know what I'm saying? Well, if it isn't Aaron, how'd you even find this place? I thought I threw you off my tail.
This is what happens when you only keep people half in the loop.
Crap, now Elaine's here. I didn't think you'd wander down here too. Wait, isn't she the one and only Beauty's Blade? But the woman next to her...
I happened to run into them during their search for you. I did have my doubts on whether to bring them here or not, but as you can see... Well, in any case, I had a feeling you were here.
My apologies. I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. But now that I see it, this place certainly does pique my interest.
Well, I was gonna bring you down here at some point. What's with you beating me to it, Elaine? You're the one who's constantly harping on about keeping them out of danger. You going senile? We're used to danger. Besides, I see some other kids down here too. I know that you have our best interests at heart, but no one likes being kept at arm's length forever. Sorry for all the trouble this ended up causing, man. But hey, it ended up being a good chance to teach him about this place now. Oh, please, don't start acting like you did nothing wrong. I'll say, I have some choice words for you too, Zen. You didn't think to discuss your coming here with anyone else? Quite the arrogant move on your part. Well... Oh, fun's over. I've had enough of being here. Today was more about saying hi anyway. I've done what I came for. Walter. We'll see each other again at some point, even if the only other place I can imagine that happening is your prison cell. Well, kind strangers, if you would excuse me. Can we stop him and pull his hood off? See you all around sometime. I wouldn't be surprised if we met again, though that depends on what A does.
Well, now that the air has calmed down a touch, perhaps those of us who remain might continue sharing information.
Man, you never change.
Oh, is that it? Like, we don't... Okay. Alright. Sounds like there's no room for doubt then. Almata's got some other organization working for him. So it would appear. Their funding is at least partly coming from those who funded the racial terrorism of the past, too. That's awful. Vane was telling us about that not long ago. Our company's risk assessment led us to the same conclusion. Up until a few years ago, racially motivated attacks on those of Eastern and Central Eastern descent were all too common. They were known to be orchestrated by white supremacist groups who traced their origins back to the Old Kingdom. The situation changed significantly when a rather large group attacked the trade conference in Crossbell 4 years ago. That's right! Okay. I was like, wasn't it one of the Crossbell games they brought this up before, and we touched on this topic and how that's kind of a thing over here in Calvard? That's right, because okay, now I'm tracking. Fortunately, we were able to quell the situation thanks to an insurance policy we had in place. And as soon as the crisis was put to rest, the former president started an aggressive crackdown on those groups. You didn't hear much from them after that, and the post-war reparations put the entire issue on the back burner. That's not to say they disbanded, however. If anything, the economic prosperity provided an ideal cover for them to continue in secret. And now their cover is coming to an end, bringing the issue of them to the surface once again. Well, I don't know how these people are tied to Almata, but if they've got all those fat stacks at their disposal, that explains how they got so big so fast. Yeah, and with that kind of mirror, they could bring people on the outside into the fold, like the group Melchior and that new puppeteer come from. A group able to wipe out a high-ranking company of Jaegers single-handedly, and likely with special abilities at their disposal. So they are from the Gardens. But what's the Gardens? Thoroughly unsurprised you've heard of them. Few have, even in the criminal underworld. What's the Gardens? Yes, thank you for asking. Is it some kind of group? They're a criminal organization that's of a different breed to mafias like Almata. They don't have much in common with a society either, mind. We first learned of their existence 9 years ago. Their modus operandi is gathering orphans and giving them a first-class education and assassinate. Wait a minute, we know about these people. They're the ones that that kidnapped Ren, right? But then who didn't they take someone else? Y'all let me know in the comments. Didn't know stuff like that was even real. Unfortunately, it very much is. Their members are few in number, but they complete their missions with startling success. The organization is divided into several groups called Gardens, with each being led by an overseer. We are aware of their presence at Marduk as well. Their threat level is considered to be S+. Internally, it was at one point believed that most unsolved assassinations were their handiwork. Yeah, you can imagine the headache when we even had another group trying to mimic their playbook. Still, their name hasn't cropped up very much over the past couple years. Not since the overseer of the Garden of Swords was taken out by 2 members who fled the organization. Oh no, wait. This is Swin and Nadia. Right? Y'all let me know in the comments. Am I remembering this stuff correctly? I feel like I read that story somewhere. Okay, so this is Swin and Nadia. This is, what is it, 3 and 9? What is it, Van? Nothing. Anyway, now we know that the group of monsters is working with Almata. It's still a mystery how they ended up that way. Same with how they wound up with all that terrorist funding. But maybe a more pressing question is why they're working together. They've got 3 of the worst tiles that exist. Just a matter of working out what hand they're going for. You're a Mahjong player too. You're right. We're going to need to focus on that going forward. Indeed, albeit in our own unique ways, no doubt. Well, I believe we've had enough discussions for one day. Still, it seems clear there's more room for negotiations between us than some other groups going forward. I am most humbled you are including us in that. I don't know about you and Guian, but Heiyue has its moderates too, like Fawn. Take it we can include you guys in that too, Arkride. Goes without saying, we're the common thread between all of you. And you're just gonna keep using us as a bridge between you anyways. You got that right, so we would, but of course. Stop being so in sync. A little agitated Van's getting. I see it didn't take you long to adjust to life in the capital. Just bear in mind that Lady Ashen is rather worried about you back in Longport. Do try to exercise restraint in your daily life, Man, she could stand to chill out a little, and you should be the one checking in on home more often. How's Shin doing How's Shin doing, by the way? He's been abroad in Remiferia for half a year now, right? I believe he is doing rather well. He attends a distinguished middle school there and was blessed with many good friends. Come to think of it, Chief, I know you go way back with him and the Dire Wolf, but I would have figured Renee would handle this kind of thing. That's right. The smart guy you and Elaine grew up with, yeah? He's actually quite occupied with another case for us. As for what that case is, you will soon see. That is so ominous. Alright, I guess we're disbanding. Dude, this was quite a tea party right here. Except this is probably more of like a brewski party, right? And she's one of the more reasonable ones, too. Why can't the CID be staffed by more normal people? Forgive me for saying so, but you're a fine one to talk. Yeah, I can't believe you came to a place like this without us. Kinda ticks me off I let you shake me in the first place, but that's in the past now. So, just what is this place? It's called the Blacklight District. It's the city's unofficial 13th district, and its dark side. A lawless zone that changes location from time to time, and that few cops dare to tread. It's home to criminals of every kind, a good place for them to get together too. To think that all this time such a place was right under my nose. You know, I feel like Avi said something about it to me before. I was aware of its existence, but this is my first time seeing it in person. It looks to be a combination of multiple underground areas that went unused during the city's urban planning. Good spot to hang out. We had to walk through a whole dang maze just to get here. Underground coliseum and contraband as far as the eye can see. It's like it was made for me. Too late to do anything now that you're here. I'm gonna guess people stayed away because you had Elaine, but people are always getting into scuffles around here. So let me teach you how to speak this district's language. We'll take a tour while we do, but just keep your eyes peeled, alright? Right. Of course, I'm down. Let's check this place out. Okay, so we've got some characters we can talk to. Marin. Magasa? Magisa? Bexon? With a cat dragged in. Thought you could start crap outside of my restaurant, huh? Let you guys off once. Gotta make some money taking bets on that, but you damage this place and I'll collect on your head. Got it? But you guys cause no trouble, alright? This here's a legit business I'm running with the boss's permission. You can't give me quap. I tried to say squat and crap and it just came out with quap. Alright. Let's see what he's
What'll
got.
it be?
Lucky Collins. Cassis Soda.
Come again.
How the guy's just so like, come again, I guess. I don't care. Now that was some good entertainment today. Sure made this old hag happy. She calls herself an old hag. I've got some pretty colorful youngins lined up. I can't wait to see just what sort of havoc they end up wreaking. Not your average grandma, this one. She gives off a really sinister aura. I'm not sure why. Have we met her before in a previous game? Okay, let's go check this out. And of course.
Proceeding to neutralize.
No, kick your ass. Let's like their spunk.
If we must. Use a sharp boost.
Like how reluctant Anya sounds.
Activating skill.
Think fast. Hit him fast, Barry.
Don't screw with me.
Is he having a delay thing? That's that there, okay.
Activating skill.
How, Aaron, how are you gonna miss like that?
I'll take you on.
Now, I was reading online that apparently using Arc Feather with Cataract Wave, it just breaks the game, apparently.
Going all in.
I wouldn't mind trying that, so I might try that in a later video.
Full boost.
This'll hurt. It's over.
These guys sure are going down quick. I'm sure you guys figured it out, but the Blacklight District ain't exactly the kind of place you visit for fun. Aaron's another story, but the rest of you make easy pickings for scumbags and lowlives hacking it down here. You don't come down here by yourselves, understood? Yeah, I get what you mean. Things can get really dicey if you get surrounded here. But if you bring a buddy along, I bet it'd make for a fun fight. Well, ideally, you won't be fighting in a city at all. Still, I didn't realize there were so many people like that down here. Yep, pretty spooky when you think about it. This world here is a lot closer to yours than you might be comfortable with. It is, but honestly, I'm just more surprised this all existed right under my nose. At least it's surprising to someone as well-to-do as me. Perhaps I'm just not very aware of my surroundings. You'd think this would be something of a problem, but it's like everyone just turns a blind eye to it. I hear ya. Blacklight's a lawless place, but they have their own rules instead. The big one being, you don't drag innocent civilians into your messes down here. Most tend to follow that, so they'll leave you alone. Keyword being most. Some of them step out of line, like we just saw. Reminds me of Heiyue's own code. Do you visit here often, Mr. Arkride? You seem to be rather well informed about this area. I check in from time to time. There's intel down here that you can't find anywhere else. And as you guys might have noticed by now, it's a good place to sharpen your street smarts. Yeah, I totally get what you mean. That's gotta be like the best part of this whole trip. Man, Jaeger born and bred, ain't ya? What is this guy? Barker Tracy. You came at the perfect time. Come on, step inside and have some fun. Bring your lady friends too. Gonna love the... Nope. 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 We are not doing that again. We learned that from, what was it, chapter 3? I think is what it was. We're not doing that again.
Oh, there sure are a lot of bars in this. All my stuff is to die for.
Of course. We'll just skip
See you
this
later,
character
handsome.
here.
They are likely the only sources of refuge for the people here.
I do kind of like how this place is very much...
I'm so lost. I don't know which way is which anymore.
Like, it's just kind of seedy, like it's an
No need
underground
to
sort of
fret.
thing.
I have this area all mapped out.
Like, it makes me think of, I don't know if anyone's ever played the Metro games. It reminds me of that a lot. I actually like those games. Those are pretty cool games. Which reminds me, I still need to play Metro Exodus. It's kind of... Okay, so we got that. So we can probably go this way. Yeah, we can talk to these people.
Hey, mister. How about what'll you have today?
Soul Chef Toast. Proverbs of Justice. Accuracy and crit rate goes up. I feel like I need to give that to Aaron. What does Gold Rosaria do? We'll put that there.
Thanks for coming.
Now, I feel like I've been missing a lot of books in this game apart from like the cooking ones, and so I'm wondering if I've missed a lot of books. Now this looks like Back Alley Dr.
They're
Isabel.
all specially made.
Power tablet, shield, mind, okay.
Always be careful.
Spriggan and his lovely assistant again. I see you've added some new faces to your ranks since we last met. Brings you here? Somebody hurt I need to take a look at? Show me the mirror and I'll take a gander. Sick, dead, whatever you need, I can handle it. Did we talk to Isabel before? What side quest did we do with her? Huh. Green is a language we all understand. Money talks? I didn't know they printed talking money. I'll take your word for it. You sound like a really skilled doctor. Oh, fairy. Alright, let's head up here. This is like Fight Club. Oh, that's an archaism.
Cool! There's a match going on right now!
Is some kind of arena? Nice.
So here's where they hold fighting tournaments. You go in and beat the crap out of each other. Makes for a gambling hotbed, as you can imagine. Oh, color me intrigued. Literally anything goes in there. Roids, mods, explosives, you name it. It ain't the place to train. Straight up blood sport in there. The organizers even come up with bullcrap reasons to make you fight monsters and archaisms. Even if you survive all the stuff they throw at you, it really ain't worth it. Just steer clear of it, alright? Seems like you really have to be on your toes in there. Pretty decent prize money if you win, though. I'll give them that much credit. It's one way to make ends meet down here. You're not speaking from experience, are you? Nah, that's not my scene. Well, not anymore, I mean. Look how they're all just staring at him. Look, they were hard times, okay? Paid for a new truck, but he didn't pay for all the mods like the previous one had. Whatever you say, Chief. Next time you decide to enter, let me know so I can put my money on you. I ain't setting foot in that cesspit again. Oh, I'm sure he will. Joe Browning? Who's this? Is this like one of the fighters or something? Like a big name in there? Imagine he probably talks like Randy Macho Man Savage, where he's like, "Don't have to tell me twice once I'm done with it." Well, actually, that just sounds like what's his name? Why am I blanking on names? This is so bad. Gotti. Anyway, once I'm done with him, we're having ourselves a good old-fashioned bloodbath. I'll knock the son out in one blow, and I won't stop until this whole town's red. That's Joe Browning. The voice for Salvatore Gotti is the voice for Joe Browning. I legit thought this was a DDR pad for a second. And I thought he was just playing DDR, but nope, he's just standing there posing. So I guess we can't really participate in this. We can just sit here and watch. But does this let us go? No, it doesn't. I have a feeling we're probably going to get thrown in there at one point, though. That sounds like something that would happen to Van and the team, right? So this is where we just came from. So we probably need to go... Well, no, we've been on that side, haven't we? Yeah. So I guess that's it. Okay. We'll probably come back here later then, I suppose. Paprika? Maybe for one strange group when you all come here together. What isn't weird but hey, what isn't weird when you live in the Blacklight district? Common sense is for the surface dwellers. Just be careful down here, folks. These parts can leap out and bite you if you don't keep an eye out. Okay. Fair enough. Well, I guess that's it for here. Pretty cool area, though. And that man's still clapping. Like, good job. You talked to people, you bought stuff. Good job, man. Good job. You know what I just realized? We haven't checked any bulletin boards here. Don't sweat that. As a rule, I don't take 4 SPGs from anybody down here. Why not? There are a lot of people here who could use some help, aren't there? For real, nobody down here is exactly innocent, so I can't imagine any of them being able to go to the cops or bracers for help. That's the problem. There are some rare exceptions, but almost everyone down here has a checkered past in some way. Ultimately, I can't trust them not to abuse the system. Worst case scenario, I get farmed out as a grunt for some real sketchy stuff. Not worth it. That does make sense, given Spriggan's reputation for assisting in legally gray matters. I can see how a bad faith actor might exploit them for their own gain. Now, society at large would offer little to defend them. To be clear, I already make a point of filtering out those garbage posts to start with. More than anything else, it'd just be a giant time sink trying to vet requests from these parts. That's the biggest reason I don't bother. As much as some folks might think otherwise, I don't deal with criminals. I deal with people who have complicated problems. When somebody has a problem they can't rely on the law or the guild to solve, they come to me. That's all there is to it. That's Van for you. What can I say? It's worked out for me so far. Must be doing something right. At the end of the day, if someone here really wants my services, they're not completely out of luck. They've still got 2 options. They can post a 4 SPG in another part of town, or they can come talk to me. Same as anybody else, really. Doesn't mean I'll agree to help, but I'll hear him out at least. That's our boss, always trying to keep the door open. Yeah, good job, Van. Keeping your door open and stuff. Leave the Blacklight district and return to the surface? Yeah, let's do it. After leaving the district, they made their way to the surface following a different route. Well, it's getting to be the evening. It's already this late? We were down there a while. Connects to the Riverside district too? Feels like waking up from a dream. Guess it was all a bit too much for a kid. Speaking of kids, seems like that boy we ran into is the son of a Jaeger. I really liked it down there. Shady criminals excluded. It's like a conflict could break out at any second. A perfect place for training. Not this again. At least it hadn't fully descended into anarchy, even if the rules were somewhat lax. It seemed like a good place to procure goods and materials you can't get on the surface. Yeah, don't want anyone getting hooked on the place, but use it when you need to. Just follow the rules. That goes for you in particular, Aaron. You okay, Agnes? You're awfully quiet. No, I'm perfectly fine. There's just a lot to take in. I'm feeling a bit of culture shock, I suppose. I can hardly blame you. It's probably making you feel even worse with how carried away I was getting. You don't need to feel responsible. It's just, to be honest, I've got something else on my mind, too. It does kind of feel like something's been eating at you lately. Worried about things at school? There's a major opportunity coming up that I was considering opting into, but I think I've decided against it. There's nothing more it can teach me that I haven't learned already, after all. Well, who's this?
Our information did not lead us astray, I see.
What are they doing?
It's good to see you all, my friends.
Wait, are the windows like all down?
That it is.
Talk about showing up unexpected. So this is what the chief was talking about.
Correct. His Highness and I have something to discuss with you. Please, climb in.
Of course. Of course. Okay, no, there are the windows, okay. So spacious in here. This here's an Etwa stretch limo, right? I love a luxury. Right, smooth as a baby's bottom, too. Still room to move up in the world, huh? Suspension systems in a luxury vehicle like this versus my pickup are built for totally different things. Speaking of, I take it you like the part I sent you? I got it on special order to ensure it didn't clash with the aesthetic of your truck. Oh, like undersells it. It's a thing of beauty. Even if that ulterior motive behind sending it wasn't just in my head. Still, I'm glad you're both looking well. Thank you. My apologies again for all the trouble we caused you. We weren't expecting to see you all again so soon either. but we were already here for a visit with the president, so the timing happened to line up. Oh, that Gramhart guy. Huh, didn't see anything about a meeting on the news. Some kind of secret talks? You needn't concern yourself with details that are on a need-to-know basis. Well, we are living in crazy times. No doubt there's plenty for our leaders to be talking about. Much as it bugs me that you've clearly got something besides that you want to dump on us. I think I see what's going on now.
I'm sure you do. We invited you here in the hopes of hiring you.
Of course.
This is a joint request from Elsheim and the CID.
Okay. That's quite the pair. Committing to nothing but keep going.
The short of it is, we'd like you to go on another trip for us, to the home of the Verne Company, the city of Basel in the southwest.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense, because we saw them in the opening video, and we saw one of the new characters, so it's like, yeah, we're probably going here. That's Calvard's biggest ordnance manufacturer, isn't it? This sounds like a big one.
If you could take a look at the screen.
It's kind of cool, though, because we finally get to see the Verne Company.
Basel is an industrial city that is home to both the Verne Group's HQ and the Basel Institute of Science. Its artisanal district dates back to the Middle Ages, and it is surrounded by an abundance of nature. Our problem is that as of late, the city's orbital network has become unstable. In addition, suspicious individuals have been sighted leaving and entering the city.
Don't tell me it's... I know what you're thinking, but we can't assume that until we have all the facts, of which we have very little. Under normal circumstances, we would be well informed of the situation, as our country has deep ties with the Institute. Unfortunately, its director, who also happens to be Verne's CEO, has been notably unforthcoming as of late. That's strange. Isn't your country one of Verne's largest shareholders? Yes, it is. We are not their principal shareholder, but we still wield a considerable influence over the company. Yet in spite of that fact, the CEO has been emphatically vague in response to our questions. We suspect he is merely buying time. For what though, I do not know, but a sudden shift in behavior indicates he's hiding something, hence my request to you. You're not giving me much to work with here, and if you're looking for technical experts, you've come to the wrong place. Oh, I beg to differ. After all, you have one of Marduk's very own concierges in your employ. Also, a little birdie told me you're testing some revolutionary new technology at present. Oh, you mean that Simu thingy? It's still undergoing testing, but we plan to reveal it to the public eventually. Good to hear. I'll most certainly be looking forward to it. Anyhow, if we took our request to the guild, it'd land at the bottom of their list of priorities, given that no civilian casualties have occurred. Also, much like the police, they're as wary as a fox with these sorts of mysteries. Right, and if we're on the job, we can deal with any problems that you'd rather keep away from the public eye. The conditions are fair, but you better be willing to pay top mirror for our services, or you can count us out. Oh, you needn't worry there. If anything, that makes you more trustworthy in my book. Is that a fact? Well, I think we should definitely consider taking this on, especially if Almata is involved. If possible, I'd like to ask one thing before we agree to take this on. What's the CID's connection to this case? You haven't been upfront about that. Oh, ever the sharp one. Verne and the Institute are currently part of two national projects. One of them is for making the Zephyr standard available to the general public, both at home and abroad. The technology is a national secret, so our involvement should be no surprise. Makes sense. Gotta stay on top of any leaks and scandals so they don't slip through the cracks. What about the other project? Classified. Oh, come on. Boo. Even if I don't know the specifics there, so I'm in the same boat as you. I did try pressing the president for details, but he simply wouldn't budge. Apologies, but that's all the more reason why I cannot divulge any information about the project. The point is, there are many reasons for our involvement. This all sounds fishy as hell, but whatever, get on with it. As you wish, the issue of the Zephyr Standards funding source also needs to be addressed. And I will delegate that task to your group's chief and concierge. Huh? What do you mean? Since when did you become my boss? Fine, I'll explain. Zephyr being Verne's 6th generation combat orbment is common knowledge at this point, but there's a little known fact about the project's humble beginnings. It got a massive capital injection from an interested party. And that party just so happens to be the Valis Investment Bank, which, as it so happens, is also the largest shareholder of Marduk, my employer. Huh. Sure feels like I'm hearing the name Valis a lot lately. Valis? Oh, was in the city-state? Correct. It's a giant port city in the Central East. You know what word I'd like to hear more of? Valimar. Straight up, I miss Valimar a lot. He's a cool dude. May not have much land, but through trade in the South Sea, its people amassed a great fortune, which they're investing all over the continent. They're both our allies and our competitors. The Valis Investment Bank is owned by them. So you're trying to drag our butts into a Central Eastern turf war. Also, we can be your eyes and ears. Well, I guess they could be sending in their own spies, especially with state-level secrets up for grabs. In short, you want us to investigate a highly complex situation from a neutral standpoint and get to the bottom of what's happening there. Does that about sum it up? I'll give you an 85 for that answer. Okay. Thanks, Professor Kincaid. In the event that Valis attempts to interfere, we would also like you to act as a mediator. You've got this all mapped out. Mediation is not one of our specialties, unfortunately, so I'm not certain if we are your best option for that. On the contrary, I think you all are our safest bet on that front. Should you take our request, you will stay in Basel for 3 days. I'm sure there will be other 4 SPGs you can juggle at the same time. We can't expect you to leave at once, but it would be best if you departed within the next few days. Wait. Alright, we'll give it some thought when we get back. Can't make any promises. I understand. We won't be out of options if you refuse. The CID never puts all its eggs in one basket. Regardless, everything we've told you is strictly confidential. Though I think a rather unexpected issue might work in our favor here. What are they talking about? After that, Prince Sharid and Kincaid saw them back to their office. Once they arrived, they enjoyed dinner at Montmartre before gathering to discuss the Crown Prince's request. What's the unexpected thing? Take it you ain't heard a thing about all this from your own company? I'm naturally aware of the plan to make the Zypha standard available to the masses, but not about problems in Basel. If A really is involved, I would have expected to have already been informed. Gotcha. Does sound like something that'd take us 3 days either way. But if we're looking into things at Vern and the Institute, we're going to need to work mostly weekdays. But that would mean Agnes. Actually, the timing here is rather perfect. You see... Wow, high school here sounds really fun. Trust a big school in the capital to bust out the fancy trips. Aramis is all about its students thinking for themselves, so something like this makes sense. Bet you'll have reports to write for days about it too. Oh, duh, her trip. The trip things that they're all picking. And she was waiting for the last one. Okay, never mind. Goldfish brain. Some of my friends who came here the other day are considering Basel too. I was interested in going myself, but I wasn't sure whether or not that was the best decision. But you would be leaving next Thursday for 3 days, so the timing matches up splendidly. It's almost as if Arusha wants this to happen. No, not that I think my personal circumstances should push us into taking this on, of course. But that goes both ways. You're a student first, so don't go forcing your decision to line up with our job. Even if we do end up in the same general place, your studies might mean we won't even see each other. Well, I suppose that's true. That still kind of hurts. That's rich coming from the guy who always decides where to go based on who'll shove dessert down his throat. Speaking of which, what are we going to find in Basel on that front? Excellent question. A baked tart called an engadin is probably the most famous. It's made of walnuts and honey nougat and has a simple but mellow taste that's just... I suppose Van's right. I need to make up my own mind about what to do. Otherwise, my great-grandfather would never... Or Dad, for that matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause you concern. Not at all. I don't think anyone could blame you for feeling conflicted here. But should we end up going to the same place, rest assured that I will do all I can to support you. She is way too perceptive. No. It's glowing. We gotta go. No way. Yep, we gotta go. I'll speak to my friends at school tomorrow, but if you could work under the assumption we'll all be going and prepare accordingly, got it. But don't forget that I'm a student first and foremost, right? I won't. I'll make this work so I can handle my obligations properly, both here and at school. Well, good night. Yeah, night. So I guess we'll be leaving next Thursday, same day as Aramis. But Renee and the prince just dumped this on us, so they can wait until tomorrow for an answer. Still, she's sure looking brighter than when I met her. With how much she's got weighing on her, I'm sure she's still got a lot to work through. I'll look out for her as best as I can, being her boss and all. Man, that sure was a day. Guess I'll go for a walk to wind down before bed. Alright, I'm going to end the episode here. Pretty good so far. Very intriguing. I wonder what awaits us in Basel, but I know what folks are going to say. Play Trails to find out. So with that being said, if you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button down below. Leave a comment down below of some of the things I asked during the video that I've already forgotten what I even asked about. So hey, we got free time stuff. What do we got to do?
What's next?
Shopping for refreshments. Teach me chess. The rumored street performer. Playing over by a station tonight. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious, so maybe I'll drop in if I have time. And a secret meeting. Huh. Alright, well, tune in for the next video where we find out who this street performer is and go on some of these nightly events and then go over to Basel. So, with that being said, y'all, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, happy trails.